Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 182. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Wednesday Motivation and Inspiration. And today we're talking about fear keeps you stagnant. And it's funny that the blog version of this was written in the end of 2021 and toward the end of 2022. And I'm finally at a place where I can record a podcast for it. And as you guys are listening to this, I posted this blog and topic on my Twitter page because I had to get a laugh out of it because I wrote, the blog version of it. And, now I'm rereading it and it reminds me of who I am in my journey and how much I've let fear stop me from really being who I am supposed to be and who I'm supposed to become in God's eyes and in my own. And I will tell you right now that fear is something that you can overcome. And fear will keep you from moving forward and getting to where you want to be. Fear can either be false evidence appearing real, or you face everything and rise. That's the acronyms that, pretty much describe what fear can be. And it's really your choice on how you want to go about it. Now, there are many more acronyms to it, like fear everything and run. But I want to focus on these two the most. Now, false evidence appearing real means you're thinking too hard and concerning yourself with things you can't control. And that's something that I deal with a lot. It's anxiety that I deal with and tributes to my childhood and my life and things that I've been through and experiences. So it's hard for me to kind of, sit back and let things happen. I've gotten better with it, especially with this journey that I'm on as far as the writing and all that stuff. But when it comes to people and situations, things like that, it's kind of hard for me to, be patient with it. But boy, have I learned that this year. But anyway, you're holding yourself back from potentially achieving something bigger than you. And a lot of times, you're doubting your own talents, gifts, abilities, who you are, and what you bring to the world. And you have to get yourself out of that mindset because it's what's holding you back and keeping you stagnant. And training your mind to be in a positive mindset and not to overthink or overanalyze things, it's tough. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It's hard. And the majority of us in this world really deal with anxiety in some way, shape, or form. And that leads to sadness, it leads to depression, it leads to uncertainties, it leads to a myriad of different things that we experience and go through. And I'm someone who is empathic, I'm a healer, things like that, but I struggle too. I deal with, so many thoughts in my head on a regular basis. So, for me, I utilize different tools for me not to think as much. And it's very simple things, ambient electronic music, Reiki videos, things of that nature. That helps me to really calm my mind and not really be fixated on what's going on and what's next and things of that nature. But there's a lot of reasons why I deal with that. But I don't want to go full-fledged into the whole thing. I think I want to stick to the topic at hand, at how fear really keeps you stagnant. But now when I delve into face everything and rise, that's where you want your mindset to be. And it's a process because we're products of our environments. How our childhoods are mold and shape us into who we are in a lot of ways. And a lot of the wrongs that have happened, you have to reprogram your mind, you have to recalibrate your brain, and you have to relearn things, and you have to, learn the things that you weren't taught in order to become the person that you're meant to be. And no matter the obstacles, the hurdles, and the things that you have to get through, you can and you will. So challenge your mind to focus on the task at hand and how to overcome what you're dealing with. And if you need someone close to you to help you, then do that. I've been a huge advocate of, mental health and making sure that you're good and you're in the right headspace. And I know I talk about, going after your goals and doing all the things that you want to do, and you can accomplish all of the goals, dreams, and aspirations that you have. But the biggest part is whether you have the right mindset to, go after your goals and all the things that you want to do in your life. So don't be afraid to ask for help from family members, close friends, professionals, whatever it is that you need, because you've got to have a circle of people that fully understand you, your journey, who you are, where you're going, and where you want to be in life. So those bad thoughts are going to creep in your mind from time to time. I get it. I deal with it. You deal with it most likely. We all do. But that's what makes us human, because we have emotions and we have feelings and we deal with things on a regular basis. And it doesn't make us bad people. It just makes us human. And it's okay to know that you're going through something, and sometimes you're going to be unmotivated. Sometimes you just don't have the energy to do much. And sometimes just waking up, counting your blessings, brushing your teeth, eating, taking a shower, and just chilling out in your house is perfectly fine. That's just what it is. And in order for you to, get over the things that you need to get over. And part of fears is what the world is, and what the world wants you to be, and all the pressures that you have to deal with. That's part of it. Bad experiences that you go through, that's part of it too. And I've had some bad experiences in my life, unfortunately. I think we all have at some point. And I have moments where I fear things. And I fear, like, oh, is this situation going to work out? Or is this situation going to materialize? Or, is this all going to come together at some point? And I'm dealing with a situation at the moment, right? And, I go back and forth, and I have the questions and I have the doubts. And some days it's not the best mindset that I have. But then there are days where it's better than what it was. So life is a roller coaster ride of ups and downs. But I want you guys to face everything and rise more than have thoughts of false evidence appearing real. And that's what I want you guys to focus on, is to really face your fears, look in the mirror at yourself, and know that you are a good person. And if you've done right by people in your life, and you want to achieve all the things that you want, you can do it, because I have. So if I have, you can. And this is why I record these podcasts. And this is why I keep the ads out of this, because I don't want to be mid-sentence sharing a point and then an ad pops up and it throws off the whole rhythm of the podcast. So remember, fear can hinder your progress in life. So don't doubt yourself, and you can do anything that you put your mind to. So with that said, that's my podcast for today. I want to take the time to thank you guys for listening to my podcast. I appreciate you guys in so many ways. And I have grown a lot with this podcast this year. I have been able to talk about a lot of subjects that, I didn't think I would really talk about. And I have. And I've written, so many blogs for next year that will eventually turn into podcasts. And that's a beautiful thing. And I look forward to that. I just want you guys to know that I'm no better than anyone else. And I go through things and I go through struggles. And the biggest part for me is to be transparent with you guys and let you, and not just come on here and just do the rah-rah motivational, inspiring, and not really tell you what I deal with and not tell you my life story and not tell you what I deal with and go through. Because, yeah, you guys will listen to this podcast now, in the moment, but maybe a year from now, this podcast may help somebody. And that's what it is for me. It's a longevity thing. All right, guys, I'm heading off. Have a good rest of your week. Stay tuned for Book Insight Friday. Be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.